Welcome to Polshift News. Interesting times, guys. And before our very eyes, we're starting to see countries at 31 degrees north, between 10 and 5 degrees west, have snow for the first time in 50 years. Apparently, exceptional snowfall paralyses the country, Morocco. And only the other day, I done a video on, a city, Paris, flooded. We can continue showing these day in, day out, and it's going to be the same thing and probably caused by the same thing. And, I can't help it. I've been thinking for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, how to approach something. But I don't think it's going to do any good in any case. I'll tell you what the problem is that, over the last week and a half, we had one guy practically fund the next 5 years of the website, pretty much single-handedly, apart from a few others who, on every account, I've got to say just one thing: thank you to all those that did that. But it was just a few people. It's like, when we talk about at these end times mentioned in the Bible, it's a few people. 144,000 out of 7 billion. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and creators of these videos disappear over the times because simply they weren't supported in any way. And some of the stuff that they put on their channels was amazing. It was definitely educational and of help to some people. And, their expense and their time was invested only for them communities that they was, doing this work for and creating this information for to no prevail, basically. And that's the day and age which we are in. If people can get something for nothing, they're going to take it for nothing. It's as simple as that. Because I suppose their money and their time is worth more to them than anybody else's. At the end of the day, I suppose the thinking is, we'll care for ourselves before we do anyone else. I can definitely see this from my perspective because, I've got a YouTube channel. I see, how many people out of the thousands that watch it. We've had 2 million views on this channel alone and over 2 million on the other channel as well. So I can see I know how many people support, information that even the mainstream medias aren't telling people. So, I can see it firsthand. And I know at this rate, there's going to be a lot of people just give up in the end. Because there's talk of community, but there is lack of community at the end of the day, regardless of the source of information. And information can be valuable. But if there's no information coming from the mainstream and people aren't encouraged on the alternative media, then you're going to lose, your source of information. It's as simple as that. And at a time where the information probably is more needed than ever. Yeah, we're seeing these changes take place all around the world. So, guys, I'll leave it with you here. It's a short update. There's plenty of information on Polshift News if you want to go and have a look at that. And I'm pretty sure, because of the nature of this video, there's going to be a lot of thumbs down. I don't care whether that is the case. If some people can't handle the truth, so be it. I could give you, my opinion. If this was the last video I did, and I said to you, go and buy yourself a fishing rod and learn how to use it, because that might be your only source of obtaining food, perhaps in the next decade, then I don't think that would be a bad bit of information for the last bit of information. because, you know, there's going to be a region 30 degrees probably north of the equator and south of the equator where food's going to be produced after that next decade. And we don't know how long, whether this is going to be an interglacial period or not. You know, whether the northern hemisphere is going to be able to support food production or not. But if that is the case, cities will unfold, governments will unfold in these regions, and pretty much everyone will be left down to themselves. And there will be no information at that point. So if you're thinking of investing in a new property, some new windows, a new car, a holiday for the family, etc., 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 and you don't put that fishing rod as part of your priorities, and you find yourselves probably in a situation in the future where you haven't got the skills to gather food for yourselves and your family, then you should take some pleasure now in those insignificant purchases that you made right there today. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. As always, bye for now.